Hey everyone, it is Brooke. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm gonna give you 150 things that you need for college. Obviously, need can be altered into more of a want. Obviously, the only thing we really need is like food, shelter, and a bed. We don't really need a steamer, but it does make our lives a little easier. Keep that in mind when I say need. It's not really a need, it's more of a want. Thing will be in my Amazon storefront. It will be linked down below, so it's super easy and you can get that one-stop shop of everything that you could need for college. At the end of this video, I'm gonna give you a couple pieces of advice before you start your dorm shopping, and then also like freshman move-in advice. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified. If you want to check out my dorm haul from last summer, you guys can check that out. As you guys can see, my room looks a little different. I just recently redid it, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you're notified when I do post that video. Let's just go ahead and get into the video. So for everything on this list, I categorized it so you can navigate it throughout the video with the different timestamps on what you're more interested in. The first category we're gonna go into is dorm essentials. First thing, you only need one set of bed sheets. I brought two. I did not use both. When I wash my sheets, I put them back on my bed. I don't put a new set of sheets. Another thing is to get like a dark sheet to lay over your bed if you self-tan. See, this is just like one of those things you're like, okay, what the hell if you don't self-tan? But trust me, I know a majority of us have light bedspreads and you do not want it looking like something happened in your bed, so just get a dark bed sheet. Another thing is to invest in a mattress topper. Everyone has different budgets, but I got the VSCOsoft mattress topper and I got a lot of compliments on it when my friends would sit on my bed. They said my bed was really comfortable. Another thing is to get a Euro pillow, something like this size. I actually didn't have one, but my roommate did, and I really like the look of it because the normal standard queen king size that are more rectangular, they don't give your bed that fullness. I definitely would get like a Euro pillow to put in front of the pillow you sleep on, and that's really all you need. My next idea is to get throw pillows. What I did is I went on PicMonkey and I just basically planned out all the different elements of my room, from my headboard to my beds, my decor. I wanted to coordinate my decor with my pillows. A lot of people say not to get a lot of throw pillows, they'll just go on the floor, which is true. Mine did go on the floor, but I did have an ottoman where I would stack them most of the time. Another thing is a lap desk. If I needed to plan out my day after a long day, I don't want to sit at a desk any more than I already have. A lap desk is really good if you have a computer because it keeps the fan from not working in overtime. The next thing that you need is a Alex 9 drawer for your nightstand, especially if you're gonna have lofted beds. You're gonna need a nightstand that is a lot taller. I had the Alex 9 drawer as my nightstand and I told my roommate to get it. If you have the opportunity to coordinate with your roommate, if you're not doing random, I definitely would because it makes your room feel more put together. The Alex 9 drawer, it had 9 drawers and it provided so much storage that was needed. If you don't want a nightstand, then I would just get one of those trays that attach to your bed frame, so that way you have a place to put your phone when you need to wake up in the morning or if you need to put an alarm clock there. Another thing is a big throw blanket off of Amazon. I'm like the type of person that I don't get underneath my bed covers until I'm like in my pajamas ready for bed. I actually got that Dormify bed skirt. I ended up using one side of it, the end of my bed that was exposed when you would walk into my room, you could see it. So I used that just to keep more of that seamless look, but I took the long side of my bed skirt off there because it was just really annoying to lift up the bed skirt and grab everything. If you have a lofted bed, you're most likely going to be storing a lot of your clothing and things that you need to access every day, so you definitely shouldn't get a bed skirt unless you don't mind and you want it purely for aesthetic, which I understand completely. You need one extra pillowcase, especially if you want to keep your skin clear. It's always good to change your pillowcase every week. Another thing is to get a duvet with a zipper. One little random touch, I had a duvet with buttons and it was the biggest pain in the ass to put it back on. Not a necessity, but a Hatch alarm clock. I loved it. It's nice if you want to be woken up naturally. A lamp for your nightstand. The lamp I got was the best thing ever. I didn't have to turn anything, you just tap it. I think it had 3 different settings, so it was like dim, medium, and then bright. Under the bed storage, normally Target has that 2 drawer plastic under the bed storage. I put that plastic under the bed storage for cleaning supplies, extra laundry detergent, extra products. IKEA bags, these will make moving in and out so much easier. A fan, you need this to survive. I swear our heating and cooling was so bipolar. It would be so hot one night and so cold the other, but having the fan was so helpful to keep our room temperature regulated. And over the door hanging rack, we had this like hanging rack that hung around the molding. We had to use S-hooks to hang things. It was like this trim around the room. We used that to hang up our towels and robes. Another thing is to get a headboard with a charging port. Obviously this is not essential and it's really helpful, especially if you don't have an outlet close to your bed. I had the Dormify one. Obviously they're really expensive, but look on Facebook Marketplace and resale websites because someone is probably selling one. Posters and wall art, not a necessity, but figure out what style you like and maybe coordinate your room based on some prints that you like. Another thing is wall putty, especially if you're using posters or wall art. I definitely would try to frame your wall art and it makes your room feel more homey. Command strip, multi-pack. You are gonna need to use command strips for random things. Personal decor. I decorated my room in the beginning of 2022 with those prints. I was doing it intentionally, but if you're sentimental like me, bring a couple elements of your room to your dorm room just so it feels more homey. Keep in mind with decor, you want to pick decor that's more on the walls because the surface space is limited in a dorm and you don't need that excess cluttery decor. Alternative lighting. We had fairy lights wrapped around our room, which I would recommend because it just gives your room more of a cozy vibe. Sunset lamp, I had that and it just made our room feel really good. A full-length mirror, it's just nice to be able to like have a full-length mirror. We had one that we just hung on our wall with command strips. Jewelry organizer. Some people like displaying their things and like hanging their necklaces and everything, but I really like the jewelry travel organizers. So it was just super easy to tuck away, and if I wanted to switch up my jewelry, I could really easily. Another thing is a toolkit. I didn't have this, but I would use my friends' toolkits, especially like if you're putting together furniture on move-in day, maybe have that on hand. Next category is bathroom supplies. A shower caddy. I personally had a mesh one. I might do a hard plastic one next year. The mesh one, I feel like things just fell out of it super easily. Another thing is a smaller little caddy or toiletry bag for your face wash and toothbrush. You're not going to want to bring your whole shower caddy into the bathroom when you need to wash your face. It's just nice to have a smaller one. Shower shoes, because obviously like it's just a given, you need shower shoes. A robe, especially if you don't feel like putting on clothes or you don't feel like getting ready right in that moment. A hair towel. You only really need 2 body towels. I had 3 at one point and then I brought one home because it took up too much space. Facial cloths. So when I washed my face, I didn't have to use those harsh paper towels to dry my face. Sunscreen, I feel like it can get overlooked when it's warm, right when you go back to school. Everyone's out there tanning. A hot tools mat, so when you're like straightening your hair or curling your hair, you can put your curling wand on there and you can store it away easily. The next category is kitchen items. I feel like the most important kitchen item is an electric kettle. You can cook pasta in it. I loved making tea at night just to wind down. Get the biggest Brita you can get, and additionally, if you can keep it out of your fridge, I would do that. We just kept our Brita outside of the fridge and it just saved up a lot of fridge space. Another thing is a microwave. We personally didn't have one, but when we needed to use one, we would just go to our neighbor. A helpful thing to have, along with an air fryer. We used our air fryer a couple of times. Toaster. Normally, our dorm really did not allow toasters, but we had one anyway. My roommate and I would make waffles in there all the time. A mini fridge. Normally, colleges give you a mini fridge in your dorm. Another thing is a mini freezer. I got this like 1 cubic foot by 1 cubic foot mini freezer off Facebook Marketplace. It normally retails for $299, but I got it for $30. It was brand new, but the back of it was dented, which didn't affect how it worked. If you love making smoothies or you want to be able to store your frozen waffles, get a mini freezer so you can have all that. An ice cube tray, which kind of leads me into my next thing. We had ice because we had an ice cube tray for our freezer. If you don't want to get a mini freezer, get an ice cube maker. I had a couple friends who had one. They take up a decent amount of space, not like too much. I hate to say it because it's wasteful, but paper plates, paper bowls, and disposable utensils. Another thing are like solo cups and straws. It's just a convenient way to get some water. Only need one mug. Bring one water bottle and then one cup for your coffee. Like I had one like tumbler that I'd use for my iced coffee all the time, especially if I was going to class and I made my coffee a cookie sheet, because there's so many times where people would just make cookies. Another thing is snacks, and put them in a snack bin just to keep them fresh and keep them in one place. Another thing is getting a storage unit with drawers. We had one from Amazon and we had 4 drawers. It was our pantry basically, and then the top of it also doubled like our kitchen area, so we had that surface space to work with if we were like making our food or breakfast. Another thing is a Keurig mini plus the K-cups, or getting like a Nespresso maker. I had the mini Nespresso maker and I got it off Facebook Marketplace. Now we're gonna go into the school and desk supplies category. A desk hutch, and specifically a desk hutch that doesn't take up surface space. I had this IKEA desk hutch, which is made for kids' desks, and it took up a little bit less than half of my desk surface space. I bought this desk hutch used, and it's one that just takes up space, the edges of your desk. A makeup organizer. I had this like makeup organizer that I sat on top of my desk hutch to store all of my makeup. Some notebooks, just look at the classes you're taking, but I would wait before you go to your classes to see what you actually need. Another thing is a whiteboard and markers. I had this 5-star folder binder, which basically doubles as both a folder and a binder, and it was just nice because I didn't have 40 different folders and it kept everything in one place. Pens and pencils, this is just like a given. Highlighters, sticky notes, index cards, a backpack. So I have a Dagny Dover backpack, which is on the pricier side, but I know it will last. It's a neoprene backpack. It is so comfortable and it's compact too. I didn't want a super huge backpack. A calculator, a planner, whether that's a paper planner or like a digital planner, wall calendar. I love like the paper wall calendars. A mini stapler with staples, a desk lamp. Once again, we want to avoid that overhead lighting, but I would get one that kind of like bends and you can point the light to what you're doing. So if you're up late studying and your roommate wants to go to bed, you can consolidate the light to what you're looking at. Another thing are scissors. We don't want to forget these. Drawer organizers, stationery cups. I had these gold stationery. I had 2, and I used one for my makeup brushes and put it in the makeup organizer, and then I had another one which I used for like pens and pencils. And then I had this gold magazine organizer, which I stored a bunch of my books or just put loose papers there. Another thing is an extension cord and a power strip. A little tip that you can do. So I have these command strips, which I put this on the power strip. I stuck it onto my desk hutch. So that way I had easy access to outlets when I was doing my hair, when I needed to plug in my computer. So now into electronics. Obviously you need your laptop and your charger. A printer, it depends. I would look up the accessibility of printers at your school. I personally didn't need one. Canned air for electronics, because you're gonna get dust and food crumbs in your laptop and you want to be able to take care of it. Headphones, earbuds, you know, you need those when you're walking to class. I got the Apple AirPod Max headphones and they were so nice for the winter when it was so cold. A portable charger. This can be iffy. It can be nice to have one on hand, and in order to keep your TV consistently connected to Wi-Fi, you need an Ethernet cable. Obviously a TV or some sort of streaming device is really nice. Batteries, you need a 10-foot charger. An iPad, this is also not a necessity, but if you like taking a lot of handwritten notes, it's really nice to have that seamless Apple ecosystem. Bluetooth speaker, it's just so to be able to listen to music while getting ready. Cleaning supplies, Def Sam's or Costco, and get like the big pack of the disinfectant wipes, because my roommate and I ran through them like crazy. Another thing is disinfectant spray, especially when it starts a little colder in the fall. Within the first month or so, everyone gets sick. Fabric freshener. Sometimes your room can smell a little weird, and I just like spraying like my bed just so it makes it smell a little more fresh. Carpet freshener powder. You just sprinkle the powder on the carpet and then you vacuum it, and it's spot shot. If you want to keep your area rug for the next year, so I really love the Dawn Power Wash soap. It has that handle so you can just spray it on anything you're cleaning, and it's super easy to use. A scrubber brush, and then a straw cleaner. Like, you have to use a straw cleaner to clean the straw, the mouthpiece, and everything. Glass cleaner, especially if you have a lot of mirrors, it's really helpful. Stain remover pens and wipes to throw in your backpack and purse. Like, when you're out and you spill something on a top you like, you want to be able to get that stain out because they'll set. There's so many tops I've ruined from just spilling drinks on me. Stain remover in a bottle for when you do your laundry and you're going through and you're like, oh, there's a stain on that. You can just let it sit on there and throw it in the wash. Get laundry detergent, but don't get the big Sam size laundry detergent. Get the smaller size. You can always just buy a new one. It's just going to be really annoying carrying that big thing. With all of your products too, whether that's bathroom products, you want to try to get the smallest size possible. And then dryer sheets and scent beads. I struggled to make my bedding smell as fresh as it does when I wash it at home. I would use those scent beads and it would help freshen it up a little bit. Vacuum cleaner. If you can get a good, decent vacuum cleaner, I had the Bristol vacuum, and it was nice, but it didn't vacuum up to the amount that I needed it to. My roommate and I would shed a lot, and there's just always all over our carpet and all over the floor, which leads me into my next thing. I got a carpet rake off of Amazon, and it helped so much. The first time I used it, I was just like, holy crap, there was so much like hair embedded in our carpet. Paper towels. I would probably get 3 to 5 rolls of paper towels when you move in because they're just so good to have on hand. Air fresheners. You need to find something that you like to make your room smell fresh. We had an oil diffuser and we did lavender and vanilla oil in it. It made the room smell so good. Trash bags, a trash can, but it also depends. We didn't need to get one because our dorm supplied us with a trash can. We're in our second to last category, which is like clothing and closet organization. First thing I would recommend getting is an ottoman, but it also can double as shoe storage. I had a shoe rack in my closet, and I feel like I could have taken advantage more of my ottoman space. A shoe rack. Closet light for the walls. Another thing is a winter coat, especially it applies if it gets cold in the winter. I know Ohio just has like random cold days in October. It's just nice to bring your winter coat, and you can just store it behind your bed until you need it. An umbrella, don't forget it. There's gonna be some rainy days and you're gonna wish you had one. Felt hangers. I thought I did not like felt hangers until I went to college. If you want to save space and also not have to worry about your clothing constantly falling off the hanger, another thing is a steamer. I'm sorry, but you're not bringing an iron and a board to college, and especially if you have a lot of presentations and everything, it's always good to have a steamer. Storage cubes. These are great to put seasonal items and store them behind your bed. And then also storage baskets. I got 3 storage baskets to put on the shelf above my closet. Also, you don't need to hang up all your going out tops. I put all of my going out tops in this bin. Another thing that you need is a purse for going out and everything. You just need a good purse because it's just nice to have everything on you. Another thing is a gym bag. I think I'm gonna get a gym backpack because it was really annoying, especially in the winter when like I would have my winter coat. You need an overnight bag because there's gonna be times where you're gonna be staying at a different dorm, or you're gonna go visit someone at a different college, or you're just gonna go home for the weekend. One of those metal like 3-tier carts are really helpful. I didn't use mine, so I sent mine home because I knew I'd use it at some point, and I'm using it next year. I didn't use mine because I didn't have the space for it. Another thing that I'm gonna get is a laundry backpack. You do not need some sort of structured laundry basket. It's just gonna take up too much space. What I did is I had this mesh laundry bag that I would hang at the end of my bed. Definitely get a sewing kit. I actually used mine way more than I thought I would. There's gonna be times where a strap's gonna break, you're gonna get a hole in a shirt and you need to fix it. Make sure you bring some safety pins. Sometimes the shirt's not gonna fit right, and just being able to safety pin it and make it look good. It's just really great. The final category is health and wellness, which we need to prioritize in college because girl or boy, you are gonna get sick whether you like it or not. Go to your local Target or Amazon and just get one of those first aid kits. Normally they come with everything you need, like Band-Aids, Neosporin, all of that. Bring your vitamins and supplements. Another thing that I need to bring into college next year is the thermometer and sanitizer. This is just good to throw in your backpack. Yoga mat, I'm gonna bring one to college in the fall, but if you're into yoga or if you plan on taking yoga classes at the rec, I think it's good to have a yoga mat on hand. Vitamin C packets, I went through these like crazy when everyone in the hall was getting sick. Cough drops, your throat's just gonna feel really dry sometimes and you're gonna just need some cough drops. Another little tip I have is, especially if you're really sensitive to allergens like dust, take Zyrtec frequently. The nurse at my urgent care, she was like, you need to take Zyrtec frequently to avoid getting sick from the allergens that are in the vents. Ibuprofen, tissues. My roommate and I use tissues like no other, especially just constantly having some sort of sinus drainage all throughout the school year. Dayquil and NyQuil, especially when you can hear, oh, like someone down the hall has strep. You should definitely take that NyQuil or the vitamin C to help prevent getting sick. Tums or Pepto, these are helpful if you have an upset stomach. Then Band-Aids, if you get that first aid kit, you're less likely to need the Band-Aids because you can just get everything you need within that first aid kit. Alcohol wipes if you like get a cut or something. I have talked for so long. I forget about how long these like list videos take to film because I'm just like constantly talking, like no break. But here's some tips for moving in and just being a freshman. This is obviously not all the advice I have. I can make a more in-depth video on like freshman advice and everything. But first things first, when you move in and you get settled, make sure you try to meet as many people as possible. Knock on everyone's door and just get to know them because while you're brushing your teeth, these are the people you're going to be seeing for the next 9 months, so you might as well get to know them. Make sure you find decor that doesn't take up surface space. I know I've emphasized it a lot of times. I just know that it can be so easy to buy that decor. If you get decor that takes up surface space, have it be like purposeful decor, like maybe it could be storage and it also doubles as decor, so make sure you're intentional with your decor. Definitely check out Pinterest or just look up your dorm hall with your room number and hopefully there's some sort of image on the internet. Also check what furniture the school is providing to you because you don't want to buy all this furniture if you're given a dresser or given a desk. If you have your roommate's contact information, which hopefully you'll have by now, make sure you coordinate with them so you're not buying everything and they're not buying the communal things that you guys are both going to use, so you guys can divvy off like who's going to buy what, so that way you're not spending so much money. My roommate and I did this. Like I got the freezer, the rug, and the little storage unit for all of our snacks. She brought a fan and a toaster and this storage unit that goes on top of your fridge. And also try to coordinate with the theme a little bit because it's gonna make your room feel so much more homey. I was obsessed with my roommate and I's room. You guys can check out my room tour up in the iCard. I think we did a really good job planning it out and making it feel homey. We both got the same headboard, we both had the same nightstand, and we had this pink area rug which brought all of our decor together. Maybe get a collaborative Pinterest board going with your roommate and just start intentionally planning out decor. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below where you're going to college. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. Make sure to check out my Amazon storefront so you can have that one-stop shop for all of your dorm essentials. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.